Welcome into Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. We are getting ready to start the winners bracket game 2 between your Clinton Dragons and the Halls Red Devils. The Clinton Dragons victorious last night over the Scott Highlanders 13-2. The Halls Red Devils victorious over Anderson County Mavericks last night 6-1. Both teams are playing tonight for a region berth. The winner will move on to the championship game tomorrow at 1:30 and a region berth, which will either be played at Gibbs or at Carter next weekend. And while we get ready for that, we're going to read a few notes that Coach Stacy was happy to give us before this game. If you give me just a second. And on a beautiful night here at the Jace, a great night here for baseball. A little bit chilly, but no rain in sight. Not much wind, or wind now moving from right to left. A little bit harder than it has all night. The notes. This is what's on the line tonight for your Clinton Dragons is their first regional berth since 2005. It's 2005 was the last region berth. I was actually a freshman here at the high school when that happened, and I had several friends that are on that team that are actually watching this game tonight. It will also put us in the championship game, which will be at 1:30 tomorrow. Now, prior to this game, Anderson County went on and played Scott in the first elimination game of this District 4 AAA tournament. They played the Scott Highlanders and run-rolled them 10-0 in 6 innings. So Scott has been eliminated. They will finish 4th in the district this season, went winless in district play. And Anderson County is now awaiting the loser of tonight's game between Halls High School and your Clinton Dragons. And they will play at 11 a.m. tomorrow. The umpires are now coming out to meet Coach Stacy and the head coach of the Halls Red Devils, who has been the head coach over there for 35 years. And here's some more accomplishments this year for your Clinton Dragons. They won a co-district title along with Halls and Anderson County, and the game and the co-district title won by Halls, Anderson County, and Clinton. All of them went 6-3. All of them lost one game to the opposing team, or all of them went 6-3. All head-to-head had the same. So they went to a coin toss, and Clinton won the coin toss, which is why the tournament is being held here. Clinton's current record is now 19-15. It's the second best record since 2014. I will look for that record here in just a few minutes to show it to you. Clinton also finished the season with a winning record for the third time since 2005, which has been 18 years. The big thing for this team, a 3.85 team GPA during the fall semester. 3.85 as a team. That's something big for this team. We also have 3 academic all-district awards, the most in the district. One player is receiving a 29 on his ACT, and 2 seniors, Nicholas Kidd and Jackson Stiltner, have offers to play at the collegiate level. So this will just be this is just going to be the second possible region appearance since 2005. And now I'm going to go in and look at that best record, at that record that we had from 2014, so I can tell you what that was. And while we're doing that, I'm also going to keep an eye on the Gibbs and Seymour game, because if Gibbs is to win the first game in the championship match, the region tournament will be held at Gibbs starting Friday of next week. So Clinton in 2014 I'm not positive on this record. I'm looking at Coach T. I'm going to go into Max Preps and see if Max Preps has the record a little bit better than that one. And while I'm doing that, we're getting ready to make the announcement of the starters for your Clinton Dragons and for the Halls Red Devils. So let's see what the 2013-14 season said.
Hello, fans. Welcome to the fairgrounds.
Oh, it was 2014-15. Clinton went 20-19 that season, Right now they are 19 and 14, or 19 and 15. So one more win and they will break the mark that they set back then for the most wins recently.
Tournament.
Right now we're going to introduce your starting lineup first for the Halls Red Devils.
Is a winner's bracket game.
Luke Lawson will be at left field. He will be batting first. Nolan Faust will be at center field. Nick Curry will be at right field. Caden Daniels will be your pitcher. Lucas Duncan will be your designated hitter
Let's
tonight.
make the starters for tonight's game.
Cooper Faust will be at shortstop. Cole Burnett will be at first base. Hayden Housewright will be at third base. Parker Meese will be at second base. And playing catcher and not batting tonight will be Amar Lethgo.
Nolan Faust. Batting third.
For your Clinton Dragons tonight, leading off will be second baseman freshman Camden Britton, followed by catcher Sam Rayleigh, first baseman Isaiah Slavin, designated hitter Garrett Lee, pitcher Harrison Shelton, left fielder Nicholas Kidd, right fielder Jackson Stiltner, third baseman Jace Mack, shortstop Ethan Tinker, and playing center field only is Sam Duggins, one of our players of the game from the win last night, along with Jackson Stiltner, who walked off the game last night in a walk-off triple. We're going to take a quick break as you watch the introductions off being announced by PA announcer John Sleepy Williams. We're going to take a quick break. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragons Baseball on Dragon Vision.
Halls is coached by head coach Doug Polston, assisted by Tom Noe, Ryan Gentry, and Nick Lethgo. Now the starting lineup for your Clinton Dragons. Leading off and playing second base, freshman number 9, Cam Britton. Batting second, behind the plate, sophomore number 24, Sam Rayleigh. Batting third and starting at first base, junior number 32, Isaiah Slavin. Batting cleanup, the Dragon designated hitter, junior number 19, Garrett Lee. Batting fifth and pitching tonight for the Dragons, junior left-hander number 14, Harrison Shelton. Batting sixth, starting in left field, senior number 8, Nicholas Kidd. Batting seventh, starting in right field, senior number 23, Jackson Stiltner. Batting eighth, starting at third base, junior number 2, Jace Mack. Batting ninth, starting at shortstop, senior number 5, Ethan Tinker. And starting in center field, a junior number 16, Sam Duggins. The Dragons are coached by assistant coaches Alan Childs, Clay Turpin, Blake Witt, Grant Crosby, Daniel Burt, Coach Americas Freddie Fagan, and the head coach of your Clinton Dragons, Rob Stacy.
And welcome back in to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision as Harrison Shelton starts warming up for your Clinton Dragons as we begin the top of the first inning. Once again, your infield for the Clinton Dragons wearing orange uniforms, pinstripe pants, black lettering, and white trim. Your infield goes Harrison Shelton, Sam Rayleigh, and from left to right, or from first to third on the diamond, you've got Isaiah Slavin, Camden Britton, Ethan Tinker, and Jace Mack. From left to right in the outfield, you have Nicholas Kidd, Sam Duggins, and Jackson Stiltner. Harrison Shelton coming into this game, a tremendous pitcher for the Dragons. I'm pulling up his stats right now. I will give them to you as soon as I pull them up. Harrison Shelton coming into this game has thrown for 57 innings. His ERA is a 1.84. He's had 18 strikeouts looking, 58 strikeouts total, 21 walks. He has allowed 58 hits. He's also picked off 6 people. And there's only a few more pitches left before we do the top of the first inning. And leading off for the Hall's Red Devils will be Luke Lawson, the left fielder. As the Dragons get ready for the last warm-up pitch from Harrison Shelton on a beautiful night here at the Jace, affectionately known from Rob Stacy, the head coach of your Clinton Dragons. Last pitch, a little bit low thrown by Sam Rayleigh. Not sure if he really wanted to throw that one back for the last warm-up pitch as he gets the call from Coach Turpin.
Get ready for the first pitch. It's baseball time in Dragontown. Pitcher for the Dragons, number 14, Harrison Shelton.
So here
Leading
goes
off for Halls, left fielder number 7, Luke Lawson.
So here comes the first pitch coming from Harry the Hitman Shelton. Is a foul ball for strike one. So you got no balls, one strike. No balls, one strike, no outs here in the top of the first inning. Two straight foul balls to open up the top of the first inning by Luke Lawson. So he's already down 0-2 to Harry the Hitman Shelton. Once again, Harrison Shelton has had 58 strikeouts on the season, leading the team in strikeouts and ERA. Here's the 0-2 pitch outside in the turf for ball one. So you got 1 ball, 2 strike count here in the top of the first inning. Lots of fans in the stands for this game, for the Clinton Dragons and for the Halls Red Devils. You've even got some Anderson County fans. Watch out as the ball is laced down the left field line. Stopped by Nicholas Kidd on the bounce, but it will be a leadoff single for the Halls Red Devils. So they got a runner on first now. No outs after the first hit of the game.
Now back to center fielder, number 1, Nolan Faust.
For Nolan Faust, playing center field today. No outs, runner on first. Halls up to bat in the top of the first inning. The Halls comes into tonight's game as the 3 seed. Your Clinton Dragons were the number 1 seed. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards the first base. Calls foul. Bounce just foul beyond the outstretched glove of Isaiah Slavin. So it's going to be a strike with no outs and a runner on first. Not sure what. Here's some laughter from the fans outside. But you got an 0-1 count now with a runner on first and no outs. As Nolan Faust steps back in the batter's box, getting ready for the second pitch of his at-bat. Shelton checks the runner at first. Pickoff move. Back in time. Shelton once again has 6 successful pickoffs this season so far. You got a runner at first with an 0-1 count to Nolan Faust, the center fielder. Lawson on first after leading off with a single. The 0-1 pitch. Runner moves. Swing and a miss. Rayleigh wasn't sure what was going on with that one. He mishandled it. Fired it, thinking he was going to fire it to second base, but instead he hits the pitcher in the calf with it. But you got an 0-2 count now and a runner on second with no outs. Not sure what happened to Rayleigh on that one. I think he just mishandled it and thought he was going to throw it to second, but was kind of in between whether he wanted to throw it to second or the pitcher. Catcher taking his time. He got some dirt in his eye when he slid. Luke Lawson over at second base now. Got some dirt in his eye. He's trying to wipe it off as the umpire tries to clean off the second base. So if you're scoring at home right now, Lawson at second is a single and a second base. You got an 0-2 count now for Nolan Faust. And Shelton decides to step off. He calls the catcher up for a quick meeting, trying to figure out what the signs are. So Sam Rayleigh comes up there just to discuss it with Shelton, trying to calm him down a little bit. He got an 0-2 count, no outs, and a runner on second. Shelton gets the signal, checks the runner at second. The stretch, the pitch, inside for ball 2, 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. Runner on second. Again, your Clinton Dragons are wearing their orange uniforms, white pinstripe pants, black lettering, white trim. The Halls Red Devils are wearing their gray pinstripes with red undershirts, red lettering, and black trim. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Still a 1-2 count here in the top of the first inning with a runner on second and no outs. Hall's coming into this game with a number 3 seed but defeating Anderson County last night 6-1 in the late game to advance to the winner's game. Runner acts like he's going to move, gets held back on a ball outside and low. So you got 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on second. You got Lawson on second, Faust up to bat, and Curry in the on-deck circle, the right fielder. So your outfielders are at the top of the order for the Hall's Red Devils. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the third base. It goes through the third base line, so an error. He is going to run home. Nick Kidd's going to try to throw him at home. The throw, not in time, gets away from him. The runner's going to advance to second on the throwing error. So 2 errors by the Dragons scores the first run of the game for the Hall's Red Devils as Coach Stacy comes out to talk to Harrison Shelton. Routine ground ball there to Jace Mack. Mack wasn't able to field it. Gets between his legs. Runner rounds third, trying to come home. Nick Kidd had a perfect throw to him, but it got away from. It was just a little bit outside. The catcher could not. Sam Rayleigh couldn't corral it, or he could have got the first out of the inning. So now you got a runner on second. No outs and a 1-0 score. So that's the first meeting for That's the first meeting for Coach Stacy in the top of the first inning. No outs and a 1-0 score. So it counts as 1 error, on that one. The pitch is outside for ball 1 for Nick Curry, the right fielder. On deck is Caden Daniels, the pitcher. So you got 1-0 count. No outs, runner on second, 1-0 your score here in the top of the first inning. The 1-0 pitch from Shelton. In there, a little bit inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Sam Rayleigh throws the ball back to Shelton, who really couldn't corral that one. Lets it roll down the pitcher's mound. Ready for pitch number 3 of the at-bat. 2-0 count, no outs, runner on second. 1 run already home. The pitch from Shelton. High, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs here in the top of the first inning. 1-0 your score. So far, you got 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error by the Dragons in this inning. Here's the pitch in the dirt for ball 4. So 4 straight balls. Runner advances to third on the bad stop by Sam Rayleigh. So you got runners on second and third now with no outs here in the top of the first inning. As pitcher Caden Daniels comes up to bat.
Now batting the pitcher, number 27, Caden Daniels.
Caden Daniels coming up to bat, and designated hitter Lucas Duncan on deck. You got Faust at third and Curry at first right now. Still no outs. This is the 4th batter of the inning. Double play ball could be in effect. First pitch from Shelton. Fly ball deep left field. It's going back. Nick trying to get to it. Foul ball and goes out just foul for the first strike. But it was a rip by the pitcher. 1 strike now with no outs. That was a rip down the 314-foot left field side of the ballpark. So you got no balls, 1 strike, no outs here. Top of the first, 1-0. The Hall's Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. The 0-1 pitch from Harry. Popped it up. Center fielder running in for it. Tries to make the diving catch, but it gets off his foot. 1 run will score on the error, and they will get to an error gets 1 base. So it's 2-0 your score now for the Clinton Dragons with no outs here. Second error of the inning for the Clinton Dragons as a courtesy runner comes on for the Hall's Red Devils. Number 38, it looks like. I will find his name for you.
Courtesy runner for Daniels, number 36, Colby Comparado.
Colby Comparado. He's actually wearing number 36 tonight.
Now batting for Halls, the designated hitter, number 6, Lucas Duncan.
Lucas Duncan coming up to bat now. 2-0 the score for the Hall's Red Devils. But foul down the first base line. 0-1 count. So that one is counted as a hit. So the Halls Devils have 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error by the Dragons here in the top of the first inning. 0-1 count, runners on first and second, nobody out. Sammy Duggan's trying to run in to grab that last pop fly ball, and it went just outside of his glove. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Nobody moves. So you got no ball, 2 strike count now with no outs here in the top of the first inning. Once again, 2-0 your score on an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runners on first and second. Double play ball in effect. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, did not go, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs, runners on first and second. Once again, your Clinton Dragons wearing their orange uniforms, black lettering, white trim, and pinstripe pants. Hall's Red Devils wearing their gray pinstripe uniforms, red lettering, black trim. The 1-2 pitch. Ground popped up. Not sure who's going to go for it. Caught over the shoulder by Ethan Tinker. Holds the runners at first and second. Big out right there by Ethan Tinker to get the first out of the inning for the Clinton Dragons.
And batting the shortstop, number 28, Cooper Faust.
Now Cooper Faust coming up to bat for your Clinton, or for the Halls Red Devils, excuse me. First pitch is inside for ball, low and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, low in the dirt for ball 2. It advances after hitting the umpire who stood there when it hit him in the foot. He did not move and he got stuck on his foot. That's a 2-0 count right now with 1 out, and runners now on second and third for the Halls Red Devils. They lead 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. The pitch outside for ball 3, so 3 balls, no strikes here in the top of the first inning with runners on second and third. 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. As I get my lineup card straightened out so I have all the right information for the batters as they come up again. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate, but called ball 4. Bases loaded now for the Halls Red Devils here in the top of the first inning with just 1 out. Force outs at every base now. Time called by the batter as he goes to talk to his head coach. As Cole Burnett, the first baseman, comes up to bat. So right now
batting the first baseman, number 45, Cole Burnett.
As Cole Burnett comes up to bat, your score 2-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. Double play ball in effect. Any ground ball could turn into a double play because there's a force out at every base. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball foul off the batter for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here, or 1 out here in the top of the first. Bases loaded. Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons 2-0. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Once again, bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. So far, Caden Daniels, the pitcher, and Luke Clausen are the only 2 to get a hit for the Halls Red Devils. Curry and Faust have walked. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Harrison Shelton. First strikeout of the day for Harrison Shelton. As Hayden Housewright comes up to bat for the Halls Red Devils. First pitch to Housewright. A little bit low for ball 1. 1-0 count with bases loaded, and now 2 outs. 2-0 your score. The Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Once again, the winner of this game will advance straight to the championship game and the regionals, which will play played next weekend. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line for strike 1. Once I was saying, the winner of this game will move straight to the championship game, which is at 1:30 tomorrow night. tomorrow afternoon. The loser will play at the 11 a.m. game against Anderson County for the elimination game. Here's the pitch in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now here in the top of the first inning. Harrison Shelton trying to get out of this inning, only surrendering 2 runs. The 1-2 pitch from Shelton. Ground ball under Shelton's glove. Batter gets it, steps on second for the 3rd out of the inning. Nice snag right there by Cam Britton for the 3rd out of the inning. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Dragons. Midway through the first, your score 2-0. We are going to take a short break. You're watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. Your score as we begin the bottom of the first inning, 2-0. The Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. The Halls Red Devils got 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error in the top of the first inning. Leading off for your Clinton Dragons will be freshman Camden Britton, followed by Sam Rayleigh and designated hitter Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin. The Dragons looking to get off the side here after going down 2-0 early in this game, seeing if they can come back and tie this game in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Britton, high and inside for, looked like it was a ball, but they're going to call strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Quick pitch to Britton, popped up, center fielder calling for it, and making the first out of the game. So a 2-pitch at bat for Cam Britton leads off the bottom of the first inning. As Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh comes up to bat.
How about it for the Dragons, the catcher, 24, Sam Rayleigh.
So Sam hit by pitch Rayleigh comes up to bat. And he gets hit by a pitch again. That is the 21st time, and that one hit him in the back of the neck. He walked it off real quick and is now going back to first base. That is the 21st time this season Sam Rayleigh has been hit by a pitch. Not sure. That one was not by any stretch of the imagination on purpose, but it just got away from it. Hits him right in the back of the neck. So now you got a runner on. Now you got a runner on first with 1 out for Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin. Slavin went 3 for 3 last night with 4 RBIs. First pitch to Slavin. He lines one towards center. Center running in for it. Makes the second out of the inning and keeps Sam Rayleigh at first. So quick 2 outs for the Dragons here. 2 flyouts to center fielder. As Garrett Lee comes up to bat, Garrett Lee also has 3 home runs on the season. Slavin had 3 for 3 with two RBIs last night. Garrett Lee went 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs last night. Runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch to Lee. Outside the turf, good stop there by the catcher. So you got a 1-ball count with a runner on first and 2 outs now. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Lee. In the dirt again for ball 2. So you got a 2-0 count now to Garrett Lee with Sam Rayleigh on first. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt, gets away, and Sam Rayleigh's going to advance to second on the wild pitch. So now you got a runner in scoring position with a 3-0 count for Garrett Lee, who's up to bat. Sam Rayleigh at second base now. Garrett Lee up to bat. Nicholas Kidd on deck for your Clinton Dragons. Dragons trailing 2-0. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The 3-0 pitch in there, called strike one. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. Garrett Lee, the tying run right now at home plate. The 3-1 pitch to Lee. Fly ball down the left field side and foul into the neighborhood beside the ballpark. Pitcher's now worked it full after going down 3-0. So you got 3 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs here. Sam Rayleigh at second. Garrett Lee up to bat. Actually, it's Harrison Shelton that's up to bat next. The 3-2 pitch in there, called strike 3. So no runs on no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. After 1, your score 2-0. The Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. As we begin the top of the second inning, your score, the Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons 2-0. Halls scored 2 runs on 2 hits and 1 error in the top of the first inning, left 3 on base. The Clinton Dragons had 1 hit by pitch. Other than that, they had 2 flyouts to center field and a strikeout looking in the bottom of the first. So the Dragons have left 1 on base. Halls has left 3 on base. Leading off for the Halls Red Devils is the 8th batter in the lineup, the second baseman Parker Meese. Your pitcher for your Clinton Dragons is Harry Shelton. Pitch outside for ball 1, low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs here in the top of the second inning. Here at the Jace, affectionately known the ballpark by Coach Stacy. Here's the pitch. High for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here. Top of the second inning. Harry trying to calm himself down after a little bit of a rocky first inning. Here's the pitch. In there, but low for ball 3. Sam Rayleigh didn't really like that call, but it's 3 ball, no strike count here to Harry the Hitman Shelton. The 3-0 pitch outside for ball 4, so he walks on 4 straight pitches. That's the 3rd walk by Harrison Shelton so far, as we're back at the top of the lineup. So that was actually the 8th batter. That was the 9th batter of the inning. Luke Lawson up to bat now. He singled and got a stolen base and scored the opening run for the Halls Red Devils in his first at bat. So you got a runner on first now with no outs for Luke Lawson. Harry checks the runner at first. Pickoff move at first, back in time. Once again, your fielder only for the Halls Red Devils is Amari Lethgo, the catcher. So the first pitch to Lawson. Squares to bunt. No, outside for ball 1. So that's 5 straight balls thrown by Harrison Shelton to begin the top of the second inning. Runner on first, no outs. The 1-0 pitch from Shelton. Squares to bunt, pulls back in time outside for ball 2. 6 straight balls thrown by Shelton to begin this second inning. Once again, the winner will move on to the championship game and an automatic berth into the region. The loser will go to an elimination game at 11 a.m. against the Anderson County Mavericks. The 2-0 pitch squares to bunt, bunts it down the third base line. Fielded cleanly, throws by Mack, not in time, gets away from the fielder. So runner will advance to third on a throwing error by Jay Smack. So you had a bunt, throwing error. You had a fielder's choice, but a throwing error. Gets runners now at second and third here in the top of the second inning as Isaiah Slavin walks over to give the ball to Harrison Shelton. It's the second error of the game for the Clinton Dragons. Now with runners at second and third, no outs. As Nolan Faust, he reached on an error. He comes up to bat. He reached on an error in the top of the first inning. Top of the second inning, runners in scoring position with no outs here. The first pitch, foul ball back down the third base line. First strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on second and third here in the winner's bracket final game. Winner automatically advances to the championship. The 0-1 pitch from Shelton. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. A little bit of a low throw by Sam Rayleigh getting back to Harrison Shelton. You got the 0-2 pitch coming from Shelton. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Shelton. 1 out now in the top of the second inning with runners on second and third.
Now batting the right fielder, number 18, Nick Curry.
Nick Curry coming up to bat next for the Halls Red Devils. He walked in his first at bat. Runners on second and third. 1 out, top of the second inning. First pitch from Shelton. Outside in the turf for ball 1. 1-0 count now with 1 out and runners on second and third. There's also games going on over at the CBI night. Last night it was CBI night here at the ballpark, so we had one of the third graders come in and call some of the game over the PA high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here at the top of the second. A little bit unconventional for Harrison Shelton. He's usually a lot better on his pitches to begin the game. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Shelton with 1 out. Inside but low for ball 3. 3-0 count and a bad throw back from Rayleigh. Rayleigh's arm must be hurting him right now because that's like the 4th or 5th bad throw going back to Harrison Shelton. So you got a 3-0 count with runners on second and third. 1 out. The 3-0 pitch from Shelton. In there. They do call it for strike 1. So you got a 3-1 count now with runners on second and third and just 1 out. Sam Rayleigh not able to hold on to that one either. The pitch, low, called strike 2. Harrison has worked it full after going down 3-0 to begin this batter with 1 out and runners in scoring position in the top of the second inning. Big crowd over on the Hall side, big crowd over on the Clinton side. Here's the payoff pitch. Gets away. Runner's going to try to go for it. They called no. They said no, but he comes in. They called it a dead ball. So the runner's going to go back to third on the dead ball walk. So you got a 2-0 count now. Home plate umpire trying to figure out why they called it a dead ball. But you got bases loaded now with 1 out on a walk by Harrison Shelton. That's the second time Curry's reached base via walk in this game. For Caden Daniels, he singled in his first at bat.
Caden Daniels.
So you got bases loaded, pitcher on pitcher duel, 1 out. Double play ball in effect for your Clinton Dragons. First pitch popped up. Left fielder Stiltner running in for it. Actually caught infield by Cam Britton for the second out of the inning. Stiltner racing in, but Cam Britton getting the out. You got 2 outs now with bases loaded.
Now batting the Red Devils, designated hitter number 6, Lucas Duncan.
So Lucas Duncan coming up to bat next. He flew out to the third baseman in his last at bat, or shortstop in his last at bat. First pitch foul for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded, top of the second inning. The 0-1 pitch to the designated hitter. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Harrison Shelton trying to get out of back-to-back innings with the bases loaded. This time, if he can get this strike, there will be no run scored in this inning. The 0-2 pitch from Shelton popped back and out of play for strike 2. Still 0-2 count. That one actually did land in the field of play. Just bounced off the turn. Either landed in the field of play or somebody threw it back over the net, and it almost hit the umpire. But the 0-2 pitch from Shelton inside for ball 1. Good stop there by Rayleigh. So you got 1 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. Bases juiced for the Hall's Red Devils. The 1-2 pitch from Shelton. Ground ball to third base. Mack, who misplays it for infield single, and a run scores. Mack tried to barehand it and misplayed it. So it's going to be the third hit. 3-0 your score now in the top of the second inning. 3-0 your score in the top of the second inning with 2 outs.
Shortstop, number 28, Cooper Faust.
As Cooper Faust comes up to bat, I'm waiting on the official score. That is actually considered an error for the Clinton Dragons. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. So that is the third error for the Clinton Dragons in 1 2/3 innings. The pitch outside, called ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top of the second inning. 3-0 your score. The Hall's Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. The 1-1 pitch from Shelton. High for ball 2. Something's happening out there. I keep hearing Ethan Tinker's mom laughing. So something funny must be happening out in the crowd right now. But you got a 2-1 pitch with 2 outs here. Top of the second inning. Check swing. Strike 2. He did not check it. He did not try to go for it. Barely checked it, but it was a called strike by the umpire. So now you got a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a 3-2 score. The 2-2 pitch from Shelton. In there for strike 3 looking. Batter did not like it. But that is the third strikeout by Shelton. So the Hall, after midway through the second, 1 run, no hits, 2 errors, 3 left on base. Your score 3-0. You are listening and watching Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. 3-0 your score as we enter the bottom of the second inning. No outs. Leading off will be the pitcher, Harrison, the hitman, Shelton. The Dragons right now have no runs on no hits, but have 3 errors so far in this game. Hall's Red Devils have 3 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Harrison Shelton up to bat. First pitch to Shelton. Outside for ball 1. So yeah, the 1-0 pitch to Shelton. Inside, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Dragons trail by 3. Winner does move on to the championship round. The 1-1 pitch outside but called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. Bottom of the second inning. The 1-2 pitch to Shelton. Swing, foul tipped, and caught for strike 3. So the second strikeout of the day for Halls. Harrison Shelton strikes out in his first at bat as Nicholas Kidd comes up to bat.
Kid.
First pitch to Kidd, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 0-1 pitch coming to Nicholas Kidd. High for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 the score. The Halls Red Devils lead York Clinton Dragons. The 1-1 pitch, high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, thought it hit him, but no for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The 3-1 pitch, foul ball down the first base line. Full count now for Nicholas Kidd with senior Jackson Stiltner on deck. Followed by Jace Mack and then Ethan Tinker. The full count pitch in the dirt, gets away, but no harm, no foul as it's a ball 4. Nicholas Kidd walks to be the second dragger to reach base tonight.
Now batting the right fielder, number 23, Jackson Stiltner.
As Jackson Stiltner comes up to bat next. Stiltner walked off the game last night with a 3-run triple in the bottom of the 6th inning to defeat Scott 13-2. Stiltner ready for the first pitch. Runner on first. Checks the runner at first. The pitch to Stiltner. In the dirt, gets away. So a wild pitch is going to move Kidd all the way to second base. So we got runner at second. Second time the Dragons have had runner in scoring position now with a 1-0 count. One-0 pitch to Stiltner with a runner on second, not being held on. Outside for ball 2. So you got a 2-0 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. Foul down the third base line and out of play for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. 3-0 your score. The Red Devils lead your Dragons. Ball gets away. Wild pitch is going to advance Kidd all the way to third base now. So the first Dragon to reach third base tonight on a 3-1 count with 1 out. As time is called by the shortstop to go talk to his pitcher. Time called by Cooper Faust to go talk to pitcher Caden Daniels. We got a 3-1 count, 1 out with a runner on third, and Jackson Stiltner up to bat. The 3-1 pitch outside for ball 4. So Dragons now have runners at the corners as Jace Mack comes up to bat.
Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Jace Mack.
So you got runners at the corners. You got Jace Mack up to bat. Jackson Stiltner at first. Nicholas Kidd at third. Jace Mack representing the tying run in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out. First pitch to Mack. Outside, call strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, runners at the corners. Mack stepping out to readjust his bands. Ready for the second pitch. Checks the runner at first. Mack squares away to bunt. Third baseman trying to run in already. Waiting on the bunt. Pitcher steps off. Third baseman almost ran over halfway towards home before the pitch was even thought about being made when Jay Smack squared up to bunt. Jay Smack playing third base today. Squares, doesn't square. Runner goes to second. Throw to second. High and out. So the runners will score. Nicholas Kidd will score on the stolen base. And a bad throw by the catcher. 3-1 your score now with a runner on second and a 1-1 count. So I'm going to go back and check how that one was scored on there. It's the 3-1 score now. Counted as a stolen base. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. Or strike two, sorry. 1 ball, 2 strike count. So you got a 1-2 count to Mack with a runner on second. Pitch in there, called strike 3 looking. Mack strikes out looking as senior Ethan Tinker comes up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons. With a runner on third and 2 outs.
The shortstop, number 5, Ethan Tinker.
Ground ball to shortstop. Good play by shortstop. Throws over to first. They say he's in time. They do say he's in time for the 3rd out. Fans don't like the call, but that's the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 run on no hits, no errors, 1 left. Your score after 2, 3-1. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball. We get ready to start the top of the 3rd inning. Your score, 3-1. The Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. The Dragons have 1 run on no hits, 3 errors. The Halls Red Devils had 3 runs on 2 hits and no errors so far through 2 innings. Harrison Shelton is your pitcher. Sam Rayleigh your catcher. Isaiah Slavin at first. Cam Britton at second. Ethan Tinker at shortstop. Jay Smack at third. Actually, no, there has been a change. Jay Smack is now the catcher, and Sam Rayleigh has been moved to third base. Give me just a moment to take a break. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Jay Smack is now your catcher. Sam Rayleigh has replaced Jay Smack at third base. So 2 defensive changes as we begin the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Harrison Shelton with his first strike for first baseman Cole Burnett, who struck out looking in his first at bat. Here's the pitch, low and inside for ball 1. The pitch in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. 3-1 your score. Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Once again, the Clinton Dragons in their orange uniforms, white pinstripe pants, black lettering, white trim. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Harrison Shelton. Second time Cooper Burnett has struck out today.
Next up, a third baseman, number 5.
As third baseman Hayden Housewright comes up to bat, he grounded out to the third baseman in his first at bat. Here's the pitch, low and inside for ball 1. So you got a 1-0 count here in the top of the third with 1 out. The 1-0 pitch from Shelton is also inside but called strike 1. So you got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Looks like Harrison Shelton's calmed down a little bit after the first 2 rocky innings. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Shelton. Ground ball caught by Shelton. Shelton runs over to first, flips it over to Slavin for the second out of the inning. Great out right there by Harrison Shelton to get the second out of the inning for the Clinton Dragons.
About his second baseman, number 21, Parker Meese.
So Parker Meese coming up to bat. He walked in his first at bat. He is the 9th batter in the lineup for the Halls Red Devils. First pitch to Meese, inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Dragons looking to set the Halls Red Devils down in order for the first time tonight. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball or foul ball behind home plate for the first strike. As we do this, I'm going to keep an eye out on the score, or on Seymour and on Gibbs. Looking at ground ball, caught by Harrison Shelton, who's going to flip it over to first for the third out of the inning. Big defensive inning for Harrison Shelton to get the Dragons 3 outs. First time the Dragons retired the Halls Red Devils down in order. So no runs on no hits, no errors. Midway through the third, your score 3-1. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. 3-1 your score. The Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Top of the lineup for the Dragons include Cam Britton, who flew out to center in his first at bat. First pitch to Britton is called strike 1. You've got Britton, Rayleigh, and Slavin coming up in this inning. 3-1 your score. Harrison Shelton having a heck of a defensive inning in the top of the third. Here's the line ball, just past the outstretched glove of the third baseman. First hit of the night for the Dragons goes to freshman Camden Britton. Line the ball just under the third baseman's glove to get over at first.
Number 24, Sam Rayleigh.
So Sam Rayleigh coming up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons. He was hit by a pitch in the helmet in his first at bat. So Sam Rayleigh coming up. He's now playing third base. Starting at catcher. Squares to bunt. Bunts it straight to the pitcher. He might be able to beat this out. Running to first. Does get thrown out in time. Runner trying to go to third. And it will be a double play as Britton tried to go from second to third. So a bunt turns into a double play for the Clinton Dragons.
Next over the Dragons, first baseman, number 32, Isaiah Slavin.
Isaiah Slavin coming up to bat next for the Clinton Dragons. Very questionable on that base running right there. Cam Britton trying to go. He thought it was slow enough that he could round second, but the throw was out at first, and they picked him off right at third. Ground ball back behind the pitcher. Gets to shortstop. Shortstop picks it up. Throws it over the first for the third out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 innings for the Halls Red Devils. No runs on one hit. No errors. Nobody left on base. Your score after 3-1. The Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. After 3 innings, your score 3-1. The Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Clinton Dragons look like they had something going to start off the bottom of the third inning with a single by Britton, but then a bunt by Sam Rayleigh. It ended up in a double play as Sam Rayleigh was thrown out at first and Britton was thrown out trying to advance to third. Inside call for strike one. For the first batter of the bat, Luke Lawson. Lawson singled, stole a base, and reached on an error so far today. Here's the pitch. Inside called, strike two. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the fourth. 3-1 your score. Once again, the winner will advance to tomorrow's championship game at 1:30. The pitch outside for ball one. The loser will play Anderson County at 11 a.m. to see who will play the winner of this game in the championship match. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Shelton. In the turret, no ball, or no foul, no harm, no foul. 2-2 count now. Top of the fourth for Luke Lawson. Once again, Lawson got a single and stolen a base and scored a run in the first inning. He also reached on an error in the second inning. Lawson, Faust, and Curry will be your batters in this inning. Here's the pitch. Low, called ball 3. Full count now for Harrison Shelton to Luke Lawson. Once again, your infield includes Shelton, Max, Slavin, Britton, Tinker, and Rayleigh. The payoff pitch, swing, foul, tip, but not caught, so it's still a payoff pitch. Fouled it off the hand of Jace Mack. Your outfield from left to right include Kidd, Sam Duggins, and Jackson Stiltner. They're letting Mack work on his hand a little bit. He got hit on the foul tip. And the umpire decides to go talk to Harrison Shelton for just a second, just to give Mack a little bit of extra time. So still full count to Luke Lawson, who's been on base twice today. The payoff pitch from Shelton. Inside. Called strike 3 looking.
Hey for Harry.
Strikeout number 5 for Harrison Shelton. The first time they have gotten Luke Lawson out in this game. Nolan Faust coming up to bat next. He reached on an error in his first at bat and struck out in his last at bat. 1 out now, top of the fourth. 3-1 your score. First pitch from Shelton. Squares away to bunt. Bunts it to Shelton. Shelton picks it up. Throws it over to Slavin. Second out of the inning on a beautiful stretch by Isaiah Slavin. 3 huge defensive plays in the last 1 2/3 innings from Harrison Shelton. Nick Curry coming up to bat. He's walked in both of his at-bats so far tonight. So you got 2 outs now with no one on. And Nick Curry coming up to bat. First pitch in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Game moving fairly fast right now. We've been going for just a little bit over an hour so far. Here's the pitch in the turf for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Once again, the winner moves on to the championship match. The loser will fall and go to the elimination game at 11 a.m. versus Anderson tomorrow as the ball is in the turf for 2 balls, 1 strike count. Here's the 2-1 pitch in the turf, ball 3. Last 3 pitches in the turf for Harrison Shelton. The 3-1 count, 2 outs. Once again, kid Nick Curry has walked in his first 2 plate appearances today. The 3-1 pitch from Shelton in the turf for ball 4. 3 times Nick Curry has walked today. Up to bat next is Caden Daniels, the pitcher. He has a single, and he popped out to the third baseman in his last at bat.
27, Caden Daniels.
Runner on first, 2 outs, 3-1 your score. The pitch from Shelton. Ground ball foul to the third base side. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on first. So far, the Halls Red Devils have left 6 on base. Your Clinton Dragons have left 2 on base. Clinton has struck out 5 batters. 3 batters have been struck out by the Halls Red Devils. The 0-1 pitch, grounded to third, picked by Rayleigh. Looks at the ball, throws over to Slavin. Slavin stretches, out for the 3rd out of the inning. So Halls leaves 1 on, no runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 4th, your score 3-1. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
Leading off the 4th inning for the Dragons.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 4th inning here at the Jace. Clinton Dragon Baseball versus the Halls Red Devils. Garrett Home Run Lee coming up to bat. Garrett Lee with 3 home runs on the season. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Your Clinton Dragons trail the Halls Red Devils 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The box score reads 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors for the Red Devils. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Make sure I got that right. Yes, and 1 run on 1 hit and 3 errors for your Clinton Dragons. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul behind home plate and out of play. For strike 2. Hit one of the buildings behind us, probably the Little Ponderosa tent during the Anderson County Fair. So you got Lee, Shelton, and Kidd up to bat. Strike 3 looking for Garrett Lee. Second time he struck out looking today. 4th strikeout of the day for this. First strikeout of the day, or 4th strikeout of the day for this pitcher. Harrison Shelton coming up to bat. He also struck out in his first at bat today. Pitcher on pitcher duel. Here's the pitch to Shelton outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Dragons trail by 2. The 1-0 pitch fouled back into the net for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. On deck is Nicholas Kidd. And in the hole is Jackson Stiltner. Got pitcher Caden Daniels on a pitcher-pitcher duel with 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 your score. Here's the 1-2 pitch as the pitcher steps off. Asks the catcher to come talk to him real quick as the wind begins to blow just a little bit harder from right to left. Once again, the Hall's Red Devils in their gray pinstripe uniforms, red lettering, black trim. Your Clinton Dragons in their orange tops, black numbers, black lettering, white trim, and white pinstripe pants. The 1-2 pitch to Shelton. Outside for ball 2. Good eye right there by Shelton. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 your score, nobody on. The pitch, ground ball towards the first base side. Slow grounder picked up by the second base, missed by the second baseman. So Harrison Shelton reaches in there. I'll wait to see how Game Changer scores that, but we do have a runner on first now as Jackson Stiltner, or Nicholas Kidd, comes up to bat. We'll see how that one is scored. That one is scored as the first error of the game for the Hall's Red Devils.
Courtesy runner for Shelton, Blake Trueblood.
Blake Trueblood coming on to courtesy run for your Clinton Dragons. For Harrison Shelton, your pitcher, as Nicholas Kidd comes up to bat. First pitch to Kidd, fouled back into the netting for strike 1. Kidd walked and scored the only run of the game for the Dragons in the 3rd inning. So you got in the 2nd inning, excuse me. So you got a 1-0 or 0-1 count with a 3-1 score and a runner on first. Pickoff move not in time as Trueblood gets back. So you got runner on first, 0-1 count, 1 out. Kidd trying to get something in one of the gaps to try to get Trueblood into scoring position, possibly even home. Here's the pitch, fouled back into the netting again for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, Dragons trail by 2. Once again, if the Dragons win, they will advance to the championship game. If they lose, they will play Anderson County at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Trueblood at first. Pitch to Kidd. Inside, ball 1. So you got a 1-2 count now with Trueblood at first. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing, foul down the first base line. So you got a 1-2 count with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first. Dragons trail by 2. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop picks it up, gets over to second, throws over to first. In time for the double play. So no runs on no hits. No hits. 1 error. Your score after 4. 3-1. The Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Your score 3-1. The Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Clinton Dragons have 1 run on 1 hit, 3 errors. The Hall's Red Devils have 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. Leading off for the Hall's Red Devils is the designated hitter Lucas Duncan. He reached on an error in his last at bat and flew out in his first at bat. First pitch popped foul down the third baseline and out of play. So you had no balls, 1 strike, no outs. Once again, Lucas Duncan flied out to the shortstop actually and reached on an error so far. Inside pitch called for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Shelton. Popped up, going between shortstop and left field, or caught by the shortstop, Ethan Tinker, for the first out of the inning. So nice play right there by Ethan Tinker to get the first out of the inning for your Clinton Dragons. As shortstop Cooper Faust comes up to bat, he walked and struck out looking in his last at bat. First pitch, ground ball to third base. Rayleigh misplays and it bounces into right field. Runner goes to second on the misplay because it's a slow grounder. So it's going to be a runner on second now with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Miss hop right there as time called by the catcher. I'm waiting to see how that one is called on Game Changer before I score it myself. It will be the 3rd hit of the game for the Halls Red Devils. And the second time Faust has been on base. Cole Burnett coming up to bat now. He has struck out twice so far in this game. Once looking and once swinging. So you got a runner on second with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-1 your score. The Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons in a winner's bracket matchup. First pitch from Shelton. Popped up, going towards center. Center runs in. Now he's running back. Going to make the catch. Duggins does make the catch. He fires it back in. Runners do not advance. Good throw by Duggan. Keeps the runners from advancing. Nice out right there by Sam Duggins. Or Sammy Duggs, as Colby Holbrook likes to call him. So you got 2 outs now with runners on second as Hayden Housewright comes up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to the third baseman and to the pitcher. First pitch in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the 5th, runner on second. 3-1 your score. Harrison Shelton still on the mound for your Clinton Dragons. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Shelton. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. So you got an 0-2 count now for Harrison Shelton. Shelton already striking out 5 on the day. Once again, 3-1 your score. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision, which is youtube.com/@DragonVisionCHS. Here's the 3-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did not go high for ball 1. So you got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th with a runner on second. Not really being held on too hard by Cam Britton right there. Got the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Harrison Shelton. And 8 now left on base.
Balls in the 5th. No runs. 1 hit.
For Housewright. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on base. Midway through the 5th, your score 3-1. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision as we begin the bottom of the fifth inning. Senior Jackson Stiltner will be leading off for your Clinton Dragons. He walked and stole a base in his first at bat. You'll have Stiltner, Mack, and Tinker coming up to bat in this half inning for the Clinton Dragons. Bottom of the fifth inning, 3-1 your score. Stiltner steps in, waiting on the first pitch. Foul tip back for strike one. No balls, one strike, no outs. Bottom of the fifth, Dragons trail by 2. The Dragons have left 2 runners on base, while Halls has left 8 runners on base so far. 6 in the first 2 innings and 2 ever since. Here's the pitch. Line down the line, first base line. Foul ball by about 2 feet down the first base line. Probably would have been extra bases for Stiltner. So now you got an 0-2 count in the bottom of the fifth with no outs. Once again, Stiltner walked off the game against Scott last night with a 3-run triple in about the same spot as he hit that last one. Stiltner, one of 2 seniors for the Dragons with college offers right now. The 0-2 pitch. Oh, called strike 3 looking. So you got 1 out now and the 6th strikeout by the Halls Red Devils tonight.
Number 2,
Jace Mack struck out looking in his first at bat today. Mack started off at third base and moved to catcher in the 3rd inning. So the first pitch to Mack, swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fifth, Dragons trail by 2. Mack up to bat, Tinker on deck, Britton in the hole. Here's the 0-1 pitch, outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons 3-1. Halls in their gray pinstripes, red lettering, black trim. The pitch outside called strike 2. Home plate umpires been giving that call on both sides so far. So you got a 1-2 count. Dragons in their orange, white pinstripes, black numbers, white lettering. Here's the pitch, outside for ball 2. White trim. So you got a 2-2 count with 1 out. Still a bunch of people here watching from Halls and from Anderson County. And Anderson County just beating Scott in an elimination game right before this. Here's the pitch, check swing. They're going to check and see if he went. They said he went on the check swing for the second strikeout of the inning. I'm not sure about that one. Coach Stacy didn't like that call either. So that's the 7th strikeout of the game. 7th strikeout of the game for this pitcher as Ethan Tinker comes up to bat. He grounded out to the shortstop in his last at bat. First pitch is in low for ball 1. So you got Tinker up to bat, Britton on deck, Rayleigh in the hole. The 1-0 pitch to Tinker, foul tipped back into the glove for strike 1. 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dragons needing something to try to get some momentum back really quick in this game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. The ball gets away from the catcher. No harm, no foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Catcher coming up there to talk to his pitcher, trying to give him some kind of advice on what to do for the rest of this at bat. So you got a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No one on for the Clinton Dragons. Dragons trail by 2. The 1-2 pitch to Tinker. Ground ball towards the second baseman. He picks it up, throws it over the first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, your score 3-1. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision as we begin the top of the 6th inning. 3-1 your score. The Clinton Dragons trail the Hall's Red Devils in the top of the 6th inning. Your infield for the Clinton Dragons is Harrison Shelton, Jay Smack behind the plate, Isaiah Slavin at first, Cam Britton at second, Ethan Tinker at shortstop, Sam Rayleigh at third. First pitch from Shelton on the outside part of the plate for strike one. No balls, one strike, no outs. For the batter, Parker Meese, who has doubled and walked, who has walked and grounded to first in his first two at-bats. Here's the pitch, foul down the first base line for strike two. Line drive almost took out the on-deck batter. So you got no balls, two strikes, no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Dragons trail by 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On there for strike 3. 7 strikeouts now for Harrison Shelton. 7 strikeouts now for Harrison Shelton. As Luke Lawson comes up to bat, he has a stolen base. He's reached on error, and he struck out looking in his last at bat. So you got 1 out now in the top of the 6th inning. The pitch from Shelton. Inside, no harm, no fouls. It gets away from Jay Smack. Jay Smack started at third base and switched to catcher in the 3rd inning. Sam Rayleigh started at catcher and switched to third base in the 3rd inning. 1-0 count, 1 out, top of the 6th inning. The pitch from Shelton. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Dragons trail by 2. Once again, if your Clinton Dragons win, they will be in the championship game and a berth in the region. If they lose, they will play 11 a.m. tomorrow against Anderson County. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. If they have to play that one, it will be an elimination match. Winner will move on to the 1:30 p.m. championship match. Loser will be eliminated and their season will be over. We saw Scott's season end against Anderson County earlier tonight by a final score of 10-0. Here's the pitch. Fouled out for a 2-2 count now. Shelton has worked the count even after going down 2-0 to begin this at bat. You got 1 out now, top of the 6th, 2-2 count, no one on. And left fielder Luke Lawson up to bat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line, caught over there by Coach Stacy. So you see a 2-2 count now with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Lawson steps back in. Shelton ready from the stretch. The pitch, high for ball 3. Full count now coming to Luke Lawson. Once again, he had a single, stole a base in the first at bat, reached on error in his second at bat, and struck out looking in his last at bat. The pitch, low for ball 4. So now he has walked 2. He has been on base 3 times today. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th walk issued by Harrison Shelton today. As Nolan Faust comes up to bat, Nolan Faust reached on an error in his first at bat, struck out in his second at bat, and grounded out to Harrison Shelton in his last at bat. 1 out, runner on first. First pitch to Faust, outside for ball 1. 1-0 count with a runner on first and 1 out. Double play ball in effect for the Clinton Dragons. Corners in, third base, Rayleigh coming in just a little bit. Double play depth for the shortstop and the second baseman. The 1-0 pitch, pickoff move, back in time. So you got a 1-0 count with a runner at first. Smart move considering Lawson stole a base in his first at bat of the game. He also scored the first run for the Hall's Red Devils. Red Devils lead 3-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-0 count, runner on first. Pickoff move, back in time. So you got a 1-0 count with a 1 out. Still Lawson at first. Faust up to bat. Curry on deck, who has walked all 3 times today so far. Shelton looks to runner at first. The pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-1 your score. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Red Devils. 1 run on 1 hit, 3 errors for your Clinton Dragons. Top of the 6th inning. 1 out. Runner on first. The 1-1 pitch from Shelton. Ground ball. Possible double play. Fielded to second. Over to first. Not in time, but does get the force out at second base. So a fielder's choice gets the second out of the inning for your Clinton Dragons. Smart play right there.
Nick Curry.
As Nick Curry comes up to bat, he has walked in all 3 plate appearances so far. So you got a runner on first now with 2 outs and a 3-1 score. Shelton has calmed himself way down since the first 2 innings of this game. First pitch to Curry, swinging and a miss for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, Dragons trail by 2. In this, the winner's bracket matchup for the Clinton Dragons and the Halls Red Devils. Winner will move on to the championship match tomorrow at 1:30. Loser will play Anderson at 11. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Nice stop right there by Shelton. Shelton flips it over to Isaiah Slavin for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base. After midway through the 6th, your score 3-1. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball here on Dragon Vision. So we begin the bottom of the 6th inning, 3-1 your score. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Halls Red Devils, 1 run on 1 hit, 3 errors for the Clinton Dragons. Cam Britton coming up to bat to lead off the inning. He flew out to center field and in his first at-bat, singled in his most recent at-bat. Top of the order for the Dragons includes Rayleigh and Slavin following Britton. First pitch to Britton, in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 6th, Dragons trail by 2. Once again, the winner will move on to tomorrow's championship match at 1:30. Loser will play Anderson at 11. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Britton down 0-2 right now in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dragons need something to try to get some momentum going into the top of the 7th inning. Dragons have not given up a run since the 2nd inning, but they also have not scored a run since the 2nd inning. The 0-2 pitch to Britton. High for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Or 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Britton, Rayleigh, Slavin, your 3 batters so far. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, blooped. Over the shortstops, over the second baseman's head. So it's 2 back-to-back singles by Cam Britton to lead off the innings. Sorry we missed that one on there.
Number 24, Sam Rayleigh.
So that's his 2nd hit for the Dragons. Both hits by Cam Britton. Sam Rayleigh's been hit by a pitch and grounded to an unfortunate double play in his last at bat. So you got a runner on first, no outs. Sam Rayleigh up to bat. First pitch to Rayleigh, inside, call for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the 6th inning, runner on first. Pickoff move back to first, and Britton gets back in time. Still 0-1 count to Sam Rayleigh in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on first, no outs. Isaiah Slavin on deck. The pitch goes for a bunt, bunts it to third base. Same thing he did in the last one. He goes to first, In time on the fielder's choice, and Britton stays at second. So a sacrifice bunt gets Britton over to second, and one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. For Isaiah Grand Slam Slavin. He has 4 home runs on the season. Runner on second. 1 out. Isaiah Slavin up to bat. Bottom of the 6th. Dragons trail by 2. Isaiah Slavin represents the tying run. First pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 count for Isaiah Slavin. Isaiah Slavin once again representing the tying run for your Clinton Dragons. The 1-0 pitch to Slavin as he looks Britton back at second. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Slavin flew out to center field and grounded out to the shortstop in his last at bat. So you got 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch inside for ball 3. 3-0 count with 1 out and a runner on second. For designated hitter Garrett Lee coming up to bat next. 3-0 count to Slavin. The 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Slavin batting. Britton on second. Lee on deck. Shelton in the hole. Forgot to mark what Shelton did in his last at bat. I will go back and check that. Here's the 3-1 pitch. In the turf. Stopped by the catcher for ball 4. So Shelton gets on, or Slavin gets on with a walk. Time called as the catcher goes to talk to his pitcher. Oh, Harrison Shelton reached on an error in his last at bat. Now I've got everything written down. So Slavin walks. That's the first time he's been on bat today. Garrett Lee coming up to bat. But it looks like there will be possible. Is this going to be a new pitcher? Yes, there will be a new pitcher. No, there will not be a new pitcher for the Halls Red Devils. Their score is still 3-1 right now. Bottom of the 6th, 1 out. Garrett Lee, who has homered 3 times this season, up to bat. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Dragons trail by 2. Here's the pitch. Popped one up. Going down towards left field. They're going for it. And it's just out of play. Nice swing there by Lee. Just a little bit late on it, but you got no ball, 1 strike count with runners on first and second. Lee tried to hit one again into the netting like he did in his last home run, which was against Scott on senior night and alumni night. 0-1 count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Dragons trail by 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. Checks the runners at first and second. The pitch to Lee. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Lee has struck out looking in his first 2 at-bats tonight. Harrison Shelton on deck next. He has struck out and reached on an error. Garrett Lee. 0-2 count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. The pitch to Lee. In the dirt. Good stop there by the catcher. Keeps the runners at first and second. Now you got a 1-2 count for Garrett Lee with 1 out. 1-2 count. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Pitch to Lee. Fly ball pop up. Going towards right field. Third base looking for it. Third base trying to call for it. And makes the out for the second out of the inning. So you got 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Two outs with runners at first and second.
Next up with the Dragons.
For Harrison Shelton, he struck out and reached on an error in his first at bat, or in his second at bat. So you got runners on first and second. 2 outs. The tying run at second. Harrison Shelton is the go-ahead run. Harry's hit a couple home runs this season so far. First pitch to Shelton. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Dragons need some runs to try to tie this game and get some momentum going into the 7th inning. Winner moves on to the championship round and the berth in the region. Loser plays Anderson County in an elimination match tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. Inside on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second. Harrison Shelton up to bat. Isaiah Slavin at first. Camden Britton, at second. The pitch. Swing, foul tip for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. A ball in the gap could bring one home and could possibly tie it. A home run will take the lead. The 1-2 pitch to Sheldon. Check swing foul over the dugout for the Dragons into the road. Still 1-2 count, 2 outs. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Halls Red Devils. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for your Clinton Dragons. The 1-2 pitch to Sheldon. Outside called, strike 3 looking. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. Your score after 6, 3-1. You are watching and listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. As we enter the top of the 5th inning, the Halls Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. Top of the 7th inning, 3-1.
Leading off the 7th for Halls, the pitcher,
Harrison Sheldon still on the mound for the Clinton Dragons. Harrison Sheldon doing a phenomenal job since the first 2 innings. First pitch from Sheldon to Connor Faust is low for ball 1. Cooper Faust, he has walked, struck out looking, and a double in this game so far. The 1-0 pitch from Sheldon. Inside called for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Dragons need all 3 outs to have to only keep it a 2-run game going into the bottom of the 7th. The 2-0 pitch from Sheldon. Inside called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 7th inning. Dragons trail by 2. The 2-1 pitch from Sheldon. In the turf, it bounces off Max chest plate for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 7th inning. Once again, you got Faust, Burnett, and Housewright coming up to bat. House has Faust, Burnett, and Housewright, 3-1 pitch, popped up going towards left field. Nick Kidd making the out for the first out of the inning. Nice out right there by Nicholas Kidd. 1 out now as Housewright comes up to bat. Housewright has grounded to third base, the pitcher, and struck out in his 3 at bats. Sorry, that's Burnett. Burnett has struck out looking, struck out swinging, and fly to left field in his 3 at bats. As a meeting comes up, between Coach Stacy and Harrison Shelton in the top of the seventh. 1 out, 3-1 your score. Dragons need to get out of this inning to keep the game, to keep it a 2-run game, and keep this game alive, so they can have only trail by 2 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Dragons can come back into this. They have done this a couple times. They walked it off last night against the Scott Highlanders. The Scott Highlanders eliminated from district play earlier today by the Anderson County Mavericks 10-0 in the game right prior to this. So for Burnett, he is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a flyout to center field. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1. No balls. 1 strike. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Dragons trail by 2. The 0-1 pitch to from Shelton. In there for strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Looks like some Scott Highlanders still watching this game too. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Shelton. Popped foul behind home plate and out of play. Still no balls, 2 strikes and 1 out. And you've got some Scott Highlanders, you got some Halls, Red Devils, you got some Anderson County Mavericks all here watching this game. Trying to see who the Mavericks will play tomorrow. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball down the third base line and in play. It's going to be at least a double for this batter. Rounding first, going for 2. Slides in time with his double. And does a little celebration, a double with 1 out, and there will be a pitching change for Harrison Shelton. So Shelton will go 6 1/3 innings. He'll go 6 1/3 innings. He struck out 7, walked 6, allowed 4 hits. Your score 3-1. It looks like Isaiah Slavin will be coming into relief. So as we take a break, you are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Isaiah Slavin started off at first base, will be your relief pitcher with 1 out in the top of the 7th and a runner on second. Harrison Shelton went 6 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 5 walks actually, and 7 strikeouts. Harrison Shelton threw 117 pitches and 72 strikeouts. Garrett Lee will be taking over first base for Isaiah Slavin. Harrison Shelton will be taking over for Sam Duggins at center field. Harrison Shelton not looking too happy about that right now. He's mad at himself for that pitching, but he did not have a bad game. Harrison Shelton just wanting us to get out of the inning. The runner on second does belong to Harrison Shelton. A double on that last pitch was his final pitch of the game for Harrison Shelton. As now
the shortstop, 28, Cooper Faust.
Cooper Faust comes up to bat. Cooper Faust is 1 for 3 today with a strikeout, a double, and a fly out to center. Here's the pitch in the turf. Gets away from Macba, called ball 1. No one advances. Slavin on the mound, Mack at catcher, Lee, Britton, Tinker, Rayleigh round out your infield, Kidd, Shelton, and Stiltner round out your right field. The 1-0 pitch from Slavin, low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner on second, top of the 7th. Dragons trail by 2. The pitch from Slavin. Ground ball almost caught by Slavin on the ricochet. Picks it up, still has enough time to throw the runner out at first. Nice move by Slavin right there. Still gets the runner out at first. 2 outs now with a runner on second.
Baseman, 45, Cole Burnett.
Cole Burnett has struck out twice and flied out to center in his 3 at-bats. So you got 2 outs, top of the 7th. Runner on second. Dragons trail by 2. Slavin looking to end this inning and keep the Dragons trailing by 2 as Slavin steps off real quick. Slavin likes the signal. Checks the runner at second. First pitch from Slavin. Ground ball, foul down the third base line. Coach does not try to go for it. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Dragons need this out. The Dragons will have Kidd, Stiltner, and Mack as of right now coming up to bat in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 2 as of right now. The 0-1 pitch from Isaiah Slavin. Check swing, but they said it hit him. He did check the... No, they called time because when he checked it, it came in and hit Jace Mack behind the plate. So it's going to be an 0-2 because it was a foul tipped off Mack. Mack going to walk that off for a minute. Home plate umpire going to go talk to Slavin. Give Mack a little bit. That's the second time a catcher has been hit by a foul ball. Rayleigh earlier today was hit in the hand. Not sure where Mack was hit on that, but now you got an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Slavin gets this out. The Dragons will only trail by 2 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Once again, winner advances to the championship match at 1:30. Loser advances to the elimination game at 11 a.m. If the Dragons advance, it's their first time in the region since 2005. They will automatically get in region play with the win right here. 0-2 pitch coming. Slavin likes it. Looks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch from Slavin. Foul tip back into the netting. Still no balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning. Runner on second. Dragons trail by 2. Turpin giving the call to Mack. Mack with the signal to Slavin. Slavin likes the call. Checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch. Foul down the first base line. Staying alive is Housewright. Or no, Burnett, excuse me. 0-2 pitch. 0-2 count still. 2 outs. Dragons looking to get out of this inning without any damage. 3-1 score. Top of the 7th. Time called as the runner at second has to relace his shoes. So you got 0-2 count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Batter steps back in the box. Slavin ready with the call. Likes the call. Checks the runner at second. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Runner on second. Slavin trying to get out of this inning. Waiting on the call from Turpin. Call from Turpin. Signal from Mack. Slavin likes what he sees. Checks the runner at second. 1-2 pitch from Slavin. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Slavin comes in and gets the final 2 outs of the inning. Midway through the 7th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Your score 3-1. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back to Clinton Dragon Baseball and Dragon Vision. Do or die time for the Dragons. Nicholas Kidd up to bat first, leading off the bottom of the seventh. Dragons trail by 2. First pitch high for ball 1. Dragons need 2 runs to keep the game alive, 3 runs to walk the game off and advance to the championship round, and a berth in the region for the first time since '05. 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Nicholas Kidd up to bat. Jackson Stiltner on deck. Jace Mack in the hole. The 1-1 pitch to Kidd. High for ball 2. Good eye right there by Kidd. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs. Bottom of the 7th. Dragons trail by 2. The 2-1 pitch. Popped foul behind home plate. Out of play for strike 2. Kidd with a big rip at that one. Kidd needing to get on base. Dragons need base runners. Trailing by 2. Winner advances to the championship. Loser faces the Mavericks in an elimination game tomorrow morning. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 3. Pitcher did not like that call. Full count pitch to Nicholas Kidd. Kidd needing to get on base and give Jackson Stiltner a chance to move him across. Stiltner with the walk-off win last night against. Pitch inside. Ball 4. Kidd walks and gets on base, leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. So you got a runner on first. No outs. Looks like there's going to be a change. There will be a courtesy runner for Nick Kidd, as it looks like Blake Trueblood. I believe that's Blake Trueblood coming up to courtesy pinch run. Sorry,
18, Blake Trueblood.
It is Blake Trueblood coming to pinch run for Nicholas Kidd.
For the Dragons, the right fielder,
Runner on first, no outs.
Stiltner.
Jackson Iceman Stiltner coming up to bat. Stiltner with a walk-off triple last night. He is the tying run for the Dragons. The pitch, outside corner, strike 1. Stiltner today. I will double check this right now. Stiltner today is 0 for 1 with a walk, a strikeout. The pitch, outside called, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, runner on first. Stiltner needs to keep this at-bat alive. He also has a stolen base. 0-2 count, runner on first. No outs. Jace Mack on deck. The pitch, high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner on first. Dragons trail by 2. Time called by the pitcher as the turf comes up a little bit on the pitcher's mound, and the coach comes up to talk to the pitcher. I think it is about the turf sliding around that's just in front of the plate. As Slavin comes out there trying to save the day to see if he can get the Slavin and Coach Burke coming on to try to get the piece of turf stuck down on the pitcher's mound. First time we called Coach Burke's name, and then you got Coach Turpin coming out now also to help out. They're all trying to nail down this turf so it doesn't come back up. Coach Stacy walking out as well, trying to keep an eye on things. So you got all the coaches except for Coach Crosby for the Dragons out there on there. Jackson Stiltner walking around, collecting his thoughts with a 1-2 count, a runner on first, no outs. Stiltner can get on base. The potential winning run will be at home. Stiltner wanting to get on base and keep this game going for the Dragons to get runner in scoring position. Dragons have left 4 runners on base today. The Halls Red Devils have left 10 on base. Your score is 3-1. Your box line reads 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for the Red Devils. 1 run on 2 hits, 3 errors for your Clinton Dragons. Turpin running back as actually Coach Stacy, it looks like, and Coach Burke are nailing this down, trying to keep it as low as they can. Coach Turpin looking for something to help him try to keep this down. And Isaiah Slavin's dad's going to come out here and try to help him out. He may have the tool that they are looking for to get this one so we are on the time right now. As here comes Isaiah Slavin's dad to the rescue. Everyone cheering for Isaiah Slavin's dad as they try to get this thing batted down. Coach Stacy's kept this field looking really good all season. You can see the green field. He's got a turf mound, a turf plate, turf behind the plate, a raised mound. He's drugged the infield between every game. last week, if you were here for the last game between Clinton and Anderson, the JV team did a tremendous job last week keeping that game alive. The JV team went around putting quick dry on the field, raking the field in between every half inning to keep it alive. Dragons may have fallen, but it wasn't without the help of that JV team. Now looking back into district play, your Dragons came in as the 1 seed with a 6-3 record. Same record as Anderson, who ended up the 2 seed via coin flip. Halls was the 3 seed with a 6-3 record. Scott was the 0-9 team yesterday, and Clinton defeated Scott 13-2 in the opening game of the district tournament. Anderson then followed up with a loss to Halls, 6-1. Today, the first game was an elimination game. Anderson defeats Scott and knocks them out of the district tournament by a final score of 10-0. Anderson advanced to another elimination game tomorrow night, tomorrow morning. That game will be at 11 a.m. This game right now between your Clinton Dragons and the Halls Red Devils is a score of 3-1. The winner of this game will make it to the region and advance to the district title game tomorrow at 1:30. The loser will play Anderson at 11. I'm going to right now go and check and see if I can find out who won the game between Gibbs and Seymour. The district championship has actually now been moved to tomorrow night. Gibbs will take on Seymour for the district championship tomorrow at 5 p.m. at Gibbs High School. If they lose, they will play again right afterwards. So Gibbs and Seymour will be playing for the district. If Gibbs wins either game, they will host the region title. If Seymour hosts either game, then if Seymour wins both games, they will host the region tournament. They have now got the turf nailed back down enough for the home plate umpire to agree that it's good to play on. A couple pitches thrown by the pitcher to make sure he was good. Jackson Stiltner still up to bat with a 1-2 count. You got Blake Trueblood at first after a walk to Nicholas Kidd. You got Jace Mack on deck. 1-2 count. Jackson Stiltner. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. First out of the inning. Dragons down to their final 2 outs of this game with a runner on first. Tying run at home is now Jace Mack.
And the catcher, number 2, Jace Mack.
And it looks like you got a pinch hitter on deck. I will find out who that is for you here in just a second. Andrew Warshaw looks to be on deck. Ball gets away for ball 1. 1-0 count. Runner on first. 1 out. Dragons trail by 2. Game tying run at home. Dragons need 2 to keep this game alive. 3 to walk it off and advance to the championship. The 1-0 pitch. Popped foul down the third base line and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Jace Mack. Once again, Dragons need 2 to keep this game alive. Halls needs 2 outs to end this game and advance to the championship round. Blake Trueblood at first. 1-1 count to Mack. Pitcher steps off. Once again, 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for the Halls Red Devils. 1 run on 2 hits, 3 errors for your Clinton Dragons. The 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Trueblood does not go. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first. Dragons 2 outs away from moving to the elimination game tomorrow at 11. 3 runs away from moving on to the championship game tomorrow at 1:30. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Nice eye right there by Jace Mack. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Halls fans not liking that call. Mack calling time. Mack ready. 3-1 pitch to Jace Mack. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Full count now. Mack down to just 1 more strike. He needs to get on base to try move a runner over into scoring position. You got a 3-2 count for Jace Mack. The 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Runners now on first and second in the bottom of the 7th. The winning run is at home. Tying run at first.
Next up for the Dragons, The shortstop, number 5,
Ethan Tinker actually coming up to bat next. I'm not used to seeing him wear number 5. Tinker is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch to Tinker. High for called strike 1. I thought it was going to be counted as a ball there. Yelled courtesy runner just now trying to come out for the Clinton Dragons. Courtesy runner is number 17, Dallas Beats.
Runner from Mac, number 17, Dallas Beats.
So you got 1 out, 0-1 count. Runners on first and second. Tying run at first. Ethan Tinker at home wearing number 5. Ethan Tinker represents the winning run for the Clinton Dragons. 0-1 count, 1 out. Runners on first and second. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Tinker down to his final strike. Up next looks to be Cam Britton. Cam Britton is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles. Tinker down to his final strike. Dragons down to 2 outs left in this game. The pitch. Foul tip. Tinker's keeping it alive. Foul right back to the third baseman. Foul back to the on-deck batter, which is Camden Britton. Still 0-2 count. Runners on first and second. 1 out. The 0-2 pitch to Tinker. Inside for ball 1. Good eye by Tinker. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Dragons 3 runs away from winning this game. 2 runs from tying. Also 2 outs away from moving to the elimination game against Anderson. The 1-2 pitch. Popped foul down the third baseline and out of play. Still 1 ball, 2 strike count. Tinker staying alive. 3-1 your score. Hall's Red Devils lead your Clinton Dragons. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first, second. The pitch. In the turf for ball 2. Tinker working the count even after falling behind 0-2. You have Cam Britton on deck. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Tinker has worked it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Let's see if Tinker can get on base and make it a bases loaded, or if he can get a base hit and possibly score one of the runs the Dragons need. The payoff pitch to Tinker. Fouled it off to stay alive. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Ethan Tinker. He represents the winning run for the Clinton Dragons. You got runners on first and second with 1 out and a 3-2 pitch. True Blood at second. Beats at first. The payoff pitch to Tinker. Foul tip back, staying alive for Ethan Tinker. Still 3-2 count with 1 out and runners on first and second. Tinker fighting it off, trying to keep this game open for the Dragons. Dragons just have 1 out, but Tinker trying to get on base, give the Dragons a better chance at scoring in this inning. Runners on first and second. The payoff pitch. Low, called strike 3. Tinker thought he struck out. Runner tried to get away. Tried to advance. They thought it was a ball, but they called a strike 3 looking on Ethan Tinker. So you got 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Cam Britton representing the winning run for the Dragons as time is called by one of the coaches for the Halls. Not sure on that one, but they called Tinker for strike 3. Tinker had already tossed his bat and was ready to go to first to make it bases loaded on a payoff pitch. So once again, for the Clinton Dragons, you have 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Time called by the Halls dugout. Clay Turpin, Coach Turpin, trying to give some extra baseballs to the home plate umpire. Cam Britton, 2 for 3 on the day. In his first at bat, he flew out to center field, and then he singled in his last 2. A single here could bring home run, but right now, Britton is the last out for the Clinton Dragons. Clinton Dragons need to get on base and keep this game alive. 2 on, 2 out. Camden Britton at the plate. Blake Trueblood at second. Dallas Beats at first. On deck is Sam Rayleigh. Cam Britton representing the winning run, the tying run at first, represented by Dallas Beats. The pitch to Britton. In there for strike 1. No balls. 1 strike. 2 outs. Loser faces Anderson at 11. Winner moves to the championship round. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, called strike 2. He didn't swing it, but he tried to. Dragons down to their final strike. Halls moves on to the championship if they get Britton out. If Britton gets on base, the Dragons stay alive, and Rayleigh wants to come up to bat and try to get the game-winning run home. The 0-2 pitch to Britton. Low in the turf, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough, so you got a 1-2 count. Dragons still just one strike away from moving down to the elimination round tomorrow morning at 11 against Anderson. Runners on first and second. 1-2 count to Britton. The pitch. Fly ball over the shortstop's head. Runners will stay. Bases loaded for Sam Rayleigh. Nice hit. Cam Britton, 3 for 4 on the day. He's got all 3 hits for the Dragons, keeping it alive. Sam Rayleigh coming up to bat next for your Clinton Dragons, it looks like. Rayleigh tonight has been hit by a pitch. He's had a sacrifice bunt and grounded into a double play. Dragons still down to their final out. The first pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Dragons trail by 2. The winning run at first, tying run at second. The 1-0 pitch to Rayleigh. High for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. You got Rayleigh at home. True Blood at third. Beats at second. Britton at first. The pitch. Called strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Rayleigh did not like that call. You got a 2-1 count, 2 outs. Rayleigh needs to get on base. He gets on base, at least 1 will score. The pitch. Called strike 2. Rayleigh did not like that call. So you got a 2-2 count. Dragons once again down to their final strike. Bases loaded. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rayleigh needs to get on base. The 2-2 pitch to Rayleigh. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Hall's Red Devils win and advance to the championship game. The Clinton Dragons fall and will play Anderson County tomorrow morning at 11. We're going to take a short break as I go see if Coach Stacy wants to talk about that game. Your final score, 3-1. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 3 left on base. We're going to take a quick break. You are listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision.
I can't. Okay, yeah.
All right. Hey, we're here with our first player of the game, Cam Britton. Cam, 3 for 4 on the night. What was going through your mind during your hitting today?
I came in like to this game. I know this dude throws kind of hard, and like we faced him every time we played him. So I knew like what his speed was and knew what he threw. So I kind of just adjusted to that and went off that. You can see it work. So
And then watching the defense today, I know the first couple innings were rocky, but what do you want to say to Sheldon after he got in the second inning? Once he ended it, what about that?
yeah, a lot of people like if you're a lot of people in that position, I feel like they would just I don't know, just like crumble up and just fall apart. But no, he stays up there. He's always working. He has a battle back through, and that was a good battle back. I think he did pretty good.
Yeah, he only gave up 3 earned runs, but he had 12 putouts by himself, including 7 strikeouts and then 5. You could tell he was in it. And then Slavin coming in. Slavin did a lights out job trying to get us out.
Yep. When Slavin comes in, you know it's gonna be good. So.
Oh yeah, I know you guys lost this game. You got Anderson coming up tomorrow. What do you want to think about that game?
We're going to that game. It's a rivalry. Always gonna be a good one. So, I mean, we have their numbers, so we just need to come out and play tomorrow, and it'll take care of itself.
All right, thank you, Cam.
All right.
Nice job with your 3
Thank
on
you.
4.
Thank
Now we
you.
got Harrison Sheldon coming up. Harry, you could get this one. You're a little bit taller than Cam, so I may need to adjust the camera for you. But Harrison, tell me about today. You went. You only gave up 1 earned run, according to Game Changer. You gave up 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. But my favorite part was your defense today with the 5 putouts. What is the PFP like?
Just happens when you least expect. I mean, tonight they just threw curveballs right in the zone low, and they just happened to just hit a chopper right back at me. So I was able to make the plays, throw it on Slavin, and make the out, get out of the inning.
Right. I know that it's a hard loss for you, but only 1 earned run. What do you want to say about how your team played, especially Camden, who had the 3 hits?
Yeah.
Only 3 hits today.
Yeah, props to Cam. I mean, he did great offensively. I mean, he's a dog. I mean, defensively that we did great. I mean, had some errors here and there. I mean, room for improvement. Like always, there's always room for improvement. But I'm glad of how they played tonight. I mean, they played their butts off.
I know your first 2 innings were a little bit rocky. Coach Stacy came out and talked to you. What did he say to try to get you back down? And what did your teammates do to help you out?
They're just saying, just keep doing you. I mean, got to keep the tempo up. I mean, tempo was a little bit off, so they said just work with your tempo. But yeah, first 2 innings really killed us today. I wish I could take those back, but it's in the past. Got to focus on tomorrow.
Right. I know the one big thing that really probably helped you was the defensive change in that 3rd inning when Rayleigh went back to 3rd inning. Mac came back, not putting either one of them down, but you could tell you were a little bit more comfortable with Mac at the back and in the catcher spot.
Yeah, when you have that guy all season like Jace, I mean, you start to build a bond with that catcher. Like, you just really connect with him. Loved Rayleigh. We worked in the summer a lot. Just connection wasn't really there. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, it was. I love them both, but
right, they're both really good.
They're both really
both
great.
Have their
really
specialties, and you can interchange them between 3rd catcher. But tonight just wasn't Rayleigh's night. What do you want to say about tomorrow? You got your elimination game at 11 against Anderson.
Let's just go out and punch. I want to punch first. I want to get those first runs in our favor. We want to attack first. I mean, we want to pitch well. I mean, I think Nick's got the bump tomorrow. Pretty sure.
We don't know yet.
Pretty sure, but whoever it is, I know they're going to do really well, and we're just going to do really well tomorrow.
And now I know we've been doing this all season. What do you want to tell everybody at home that's watching for about tomorrow?
Just elimination game. Season's on the line. Got to tune in. I mean, it's very, very important to us. Very important to me.
All right, thank you for that one. I'll let you get out of here. We're going to wait on Coach Stacy, and then we're going to take a quick break before we wait on Coach Stacy. You were listening to Clinton Dragon Baseball on Dragon Vision. Welcome back here on Dragon Vision with Coach Stacy. Stacy, I know a 3-1 loss is not what you want, but what did you see out of your team out there today?
I saw a fight. I saw Harrison Shelton battle and give us an opportunity to win. I saw a team that believed in themselves, that were for each other and were pulling for each other. You know, in that game right there, you know, I really don't have a devastating feeling because we've still got a game tomorrow to put us in a position, and if we get to that position, you know, we have a great opportunity to be playing on Monday too. But I'm not very disappointed in the guys at all. Again, a little disappointed in myself. I think that in that situation we did a bunt and run with Sam Rayleigh early on and Cam Britton. It's just something that we coached a lot last year about going first to third on situations like that, and I thought the team would kind of understand it going over it a couple times, and obviously preparation, you know, in situations when the game's on the line, preparation matters, and I think that I failed them in that aspect to kind of get that and drive that point home. He had a heck of a game. Cam, three hits, 3 for 4.
3 singles.
And just played his tail off. I mean, he's a freshman. I mean, I'm not disappointed in him at all. I've got to put him in a better position in that spot. So, really, you know, in that situation, what we're trying to do is get a guy at third and possibly get a runner safe at first. You know, if he's not safe, you got a runner at third with your 3 and 4 up, and all you need is a ground ball with 1 out. And then if, you know, the way that Garrett and Slavin can swing it, you know, you're looking at a double, and then in the games you're down by 1, and at that point, and you got a runner on second, you can do a little bit of situational stuff again. Got to take risks. Sometimes the risk doesn't work out, and you know I'm hoping taking these risks and coaching these kids the way we've coached and the coaching staff. I'm hoping, you know, that something is going to pay off where these tough, close games are going to kind of break through for us, and that we're gonna see that this hard work's paid off. I mean, that's where I'm disappointed at is these guys have put in work through the summer, through the fall. A lot of high school teams don't even do stuff in the summer. A large majority of them let their kids just go do what they want to. But we have a throwing program. We have a weightlifting program. They play in the summer together. In the fall, we have a weightlifting program, a throwing program, a speed training program, and we work individually on stuff. You know, you're allowed 5 guys a day. We work on those 5 individuals and try to do that stuff. And we work their tails off. I'm wanting them to see the fruits of their labors pay off, and I'm hoping that we're blessed with that. And that's my kind of message is these guys have worked extremely hard, and that's not to take anything away from any of the teams that we're playing in this tournament. But I know that I know what type of guys that we've got, and I know how hard they've worked. I feel for them. They're they're a little disappointed in themselves, but it's not your typical down where you got to talk them off a ledge. You know, it's a disappointment, and you know we had an opportunity in the early game. And another move I made, you know, having Sam on the plate with Harrison and then Jace at third. You know, we'd been doing that, and it really helps us. And Sam does a great job. He's a heck of an athlete. But there's a little bit more familiarity with Jace catching Harrison. That was the first time Sam had caught Harrison in a while. And when we made that move, what was crazy about it is there was a ton of energy. Like, for whatever reason, there was a ton of energy. You know, Sam goes over and makes a good play. Jace behind the plate takes balls off the chest, balls off the head, balls off the arm, blocks stuff up. Harrison makes a couple good plays, and you know we're in that ball game. We just need some of these hits to fall. We need some of these situations to fall in our favor. We need some of these. I won't comment on anything as far as that stuff. I think anybody that's listening knows where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
But again, you know, I am a big proponent of always never blaming something on that. But
Exactly.
When it comes down to it, in tight games, you need to be tight all around. And I'm just going to say that, like. But, again, we have to put ourselves in that situation. We have to put ourselves in situations that stuff doesn't matter. And that's kind of my message to the guys is, like, don't blame anybody else. Put yourself in a situation where that stuff doesn't matter.
Right, and you mentioned the switch. I was actually going to ask you about the switch from Rayleigh to Matt because I saw it too. Harrison, I was counting, besides his 7 strikeouts, he had 12 putouts total, 7 strikeouts and 5 defensive PFPs, which I know I've watched you work on that.
Yep.
And he knew he was doing. And then you had Slavin come in. Slavin got one as well right away.
Absolutely.
So it just shows you that your pitching's there.
Yeah. Coach Turpin does a great job.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, Coach Crosby does too. You know, when you got 2 college guys, if pitched in college and study the game, like you're going to have most games you're going to have an upper hand on guys as far as like what your pitchers know, what they need to do defensively, also what they need to do in certain counts. And Coach Turpin has a great system with charts that he got handed down from Coach Arnold, and he's made it his own, and it's fantastic. I kind of looked at Turpin the other day because we were watching a game on TV, and I said, do you ever notice like some guys don't keep charts and stuff like that? And like I just wanted to encourage him to let him know like how good of a job he's doing.
This is amazing.
But other than that, like we got to put ourselves in better situations hitting. Hitting wasn't here tonight. We worked on it. We talked about it. We knew who was throwing. And we've battled. I mean, Caden Daniels does a fantastic job. Like he throws strikes, he battles. He's one of their best athletes. So he's going to be a tough son of a gun on that mound. So, and he's really good at the plate too.
Yeah, he is. Let's see. He ended up with 8 strikeouts today, and he actually only went 1 for 3 on the plate.
Yeah,
which that tells you something about how Shelton. Because, like you said, once you made that change, you gave up 1 hit the rest of the game.
Yep. Yeah.
So that sets a butt. And I talked to Harrison about that. He said, like you said, there's just the familiarity. He likes having Sam behind the
certain
plate.
Certain guys like certain guys. Like Sam has guys on the staff that love. Like I know for a fact, like Beats loves both Jace and Sam, but he throws really good with Sam, and Harrison throws really good with Jason. It's a young team, so we're figuring that out. We didn't have that opportunity this summer to do it because we were rolling Jace so much at third that we didn't have the opportunity to kind of get this kind of going. So we're still kind of new to that, but I look forward to tomorrow. It's an early game.
That's what I was going to ask you. Talk about tomorrow's game.
Part of me wishes it was at 12. And the championship at 2:30, but situations that come up, God has other plans, so we've got to come ready to play at 11. Actually, the game I think was supposed to be at 2 and 4:45, so I'd like the guys had got more sleep, but I know there's other things in life that are important too, and we've got to roll with that situation, and we got to roll and do what we can. And I'm confident in the guys. I know they're going to go home and get a good sleep. I know they're going to come ready to play, and they've worked hard. They know what they got to do tomorrow.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say to people, even though this isn't really live right now? But what else do you want to say to everyone watching?
Thanks for when you watch this game. Thank you. It was a good all around tough championship style baseball game. I thought when I was over at third base and I was standing over there and the situation was kind of happening, and people don't realize coaches are thinking about stuff that's not just the situation that's happening currently. I'm sitting there going, who would have thought, 4 years ago you'd be in a situation with Halls neck and neck on a game to go to the championship. And it kind of like gave me like a little bit of a peace with how the game was kind of going, and I kind of realized like you've already made huge strides with these kids. The kids themselves have worked their tails off, and something's going to break through for you for this seat. Like something's going to happen that's going to be very positive, and when that happens, like I hope you guys get on camera because I'm usually really good about holding my emotions, not too up and not too down. It might come out a little bit, so I hope it gets on camera.
And I know a win tomorrow morning will definitely have that come out of you.
Absolutely.
Not as big as what would happen if we win tomorrow night and Monday night, but it will happen.
Yeah.
And once again, we want to thank everybody. Your final score was Halls 3, Clinton 1, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Clinton had 1 runs on 3 hits, 3 errors. We will be back tomorrow for Clinton Dragon Baseball versus Anderson in the elimination game at 11. We'll see you then.
Go Dragons.